Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 22nd, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Today tested that a little bit, but still a beautiful day to be alive. So got this morning way earlier than I wanted to, just got up and brain was on with the trip, all kinds of things, and I said to hell with it. So I jumped up fairly quickly. I was gonna lay around and try and go back to sleep, and it virtually never works for me. And what'll happen is my body then starts going into send out major pain flaws to me. So I just said to hell with it, got up, and it was, I don't know, still 6 something in the morning, early 6 something in the morning, or I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. So got up, wife was still asleep, so I went ahead, went out, got in the hot tub, got my morning soak on for a little bit, got out of the hot tub, grabbed myself. Had a banana and a hard-boiled egg and a liter of water to start with, and then went and got my refill of my drink, and then grabbed a cigar, and then started having my breakfast cigar. And wife's still in bed, which is kind of that weird time frame. Like, she should probably be awake by now. So I headed in to kind of check on her, and she claimed she was already awake before I got in there, but I think I woke her up as I walked in. But either way, it's like 7 o'clock whatever in the morning, and she should have been up already and off to work, which I'd asked her if she had her alarm set. She claims she did, but sometimes she'll flip it off and not get up. Sometimes she just doesn't set it. So kind of is what it is. But she got up, plenty of time to get to work, so no big deal there. I went ahead and kind of went over a couple things that needed to be educated on again before I take off, things around the house that she now has to do. Just little stuff that is taken care of by me on a regular basis that I'm not going to be here for, so it's all good. But went ahead, she got off to work, I got a couple other things taken care of, and then decided to go and get my run in, because that way, in case the flight gets delayed or something and I get hung up somewhere, I don't have to worry about getting my run in for the day and losing my run streak over or something stupid. So went ahead and got my run in, got back, grabbed a shower, and then started packing everything up, which, well, I guess technically I packed everything up first. I finished the packing the last little bit of stuff I had, but I went ahead and packed up everything first. Got all my clothes all packed, and shoes and extra cigars and everything needed for the trip, because I figured I could always push the run back and didn't want to take a chance of being late by trying to pack stuff. So I packed first, went and ran, came back, finished putting in like my running gear, my head sweatband, that kind of stuff that I only have the one of that I need. So got those chucked in there, grabbed myself a shower, and then pretty much time to go. So decided to leave a little early. From my house to the airport, if you take toll roads, it's about an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, depending on what map system you look at. If you don't take toll roads, it's about an hour and 28 minutes to hour and 35 minutes, again depending on which map system you look at. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not in that big a hurry. I got time. My flight don't leave till like 3:38, I think it was 3:38. Starts boarding at like 3:03 or something. So 3:15, I can't remember what the time was, whatever the times are. So I'm like, yeah, I got plenty of time to spend the extra half an hour, save the, I don't know, $5 or where it is in tolls to get there. And usually it's a little bit better scenery, so thought no big deal. Went ahead and got my cooler set up and had my Yetis, my little tumblers, frozen solid with Mountain Dew, had my 1 liter frozen solid of ice, trying to get those through the TSA and whatnot. So went ahead, headed out to the truck, and realized I had forgot my Easy Pass, the SunPass, the little thing that pays your tolls, because also you can pay your parking with that. You just pull up in there and just have to wait for the attendant and pay him cash and get change back and all that kind of junk. You can just drive in, scan your reader, and you drive out, scan your reader, and you're good to go. So I was like, oh, I'll try that for today for the first time. So plus there's a little bit, I think there's a little bit of a discount, at least on the toll roads. But the big thing is you don't have to go from 70 plus mile an hour down to stop, wait in line, pay your quarters, your dollars, and then pick it back up 70 mile an hour. So you save fuel, you save time, all that. So the E-Path's the way to go. But I was already out in the truck, and I'm like, I took it out of the car. I couldn't see it in the truck. I'm like, where the hell is it at? I realized I put it in my drawer with my money clip and all that stuff. But because it's not something I take every day, it blended in with other stuff in that drawer. It's in my brain. I was like, oh, that's where I left it. So I ran back over the house real quick, grabbed it, headed out. So I'm on the road and punched the GPS, going to the parking lot, or I'm going for the cheap economy parking. And I had people like, oh, you gotta park in this other parking lot that's fancy or whatever. And I'm like, it's like $20 extra a day. And I'm like, no, dog, I'm good. I can deal with this. I don't need for an extra, even this little 4-day trip, I mean, an extra $80. I'm like, I can walk over to a tram and catch a bus and then ride to the airport. So, and sometimes it's often the farther out parking lots end up being less walking because they have bus stops like every little bit in the parking lot, trying to encourage you to go there. And then the bus drops you off right at the front door. So if you park in a closed parking lot, there's no tram or nothing, and you end up walking sometimes 2, 4, 5 times as far to get to the terminal where you're going. So I was like, no big deal. Head over, and as I'm driving, it starts to rain a little bit. Not that big a deal. And it turned onto a 2-lane road and had a couple cars ahead of me. One car was up ahead of me, and they were driving about 30 mile an hour average. Sometimes they were driving 20 mile an hour, and it's no passing, and it's raining so hard you can't really see. But the car behind them has got a big enough gap that if I was being a dickhead, I could have passed them and cut, like squeezed in there, but not really without like acting like a jerk. So now I gotta pass 2 cars that are spread out a lot. And I'm like, that don't work. So I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna stay behind them, I got time. And I watched my GPS arrival time kick up by 12 minutes. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, I wasn't planning on that. And then I had that weird thought, like, if I have a flat tire or if I run into anything else, like, it's now gonna start pushing me into that window of time. I'm gonna feel comfortable being at the airport, get my flight. So I said, screw it, jumped on the toll road and it said, hell, take toll road, get it over with and spend a few bucks. And I wanted to drive 20 mile an hour. So get on the toll road and people are driving like 40 because it's raining hard. I'm like, come on guys, at least get the hell over the right lane if you're gonna drive slow. Clear up the left. And so finally I cleared up, got going again and made it to the airport without any real issue after that. Drove straight through, knew where I was going for the most part. Pretty simple to get there, especially coming off the toll roads. If you come in from like the north, it's a little hard to get to, but coming in from the east on the toll road, it's super simple. So I was like, yeah, it's probably worth a few bucks. So get there, roll up in, scans my thing, my Easy Pass, and drive up in. And literally, as I'm pulling into the road to find a parking spot, I get a message on my app that says my flight has now been delayed by an hour. I think it was an hour and like 2 minutes or something. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, why couldn't this have came 8 minutes earlier before I pulled in the parking lot? I would have went and found something else to do out here. I'm like, oh well. Then I thought, like, well, do I light up another cigar? Should I sit out here in the parking lot for the next hour? Because I'm early enough. I thought, nope, I'm just gonna go ahead and get through TSA, get through everything, and just be done with it. So I took my time, finished off my drink I had there, dumped all my ice out my cooler and stuff and whatnot, got my stuff loaded up and walked over to the little bus station stop thingy, tram stop, and the bus was leaving, too full, there's people left there, probably 6 people, well, 8 people I guess. There's a husband and wife and 2 little kids, and then a couple other people there might come up, so there's plenty of room on the bus. I'm thinking, well, then if people start showing up, starts getting full again. And the lady of the couple had kind of complained, I guess she was there before some other people, the last bus even, and they had pushed past her and the husband and the kids because it's hard to move strollers and car seats, and it's a lot of shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. We just kind of let it go. She was upset. I guess they were running late. I guess they went to 3 different parking lots trying to find an empty parking lot. I guess all the parking lots are full. They couldn't find a place to park. So now she's freaking out that they're going to miss their plane. And I'm like, oh, yeah. We were here 2 hours early. And I'm like, I think the 2 hour early thing is usually like, they want you not necessarily pulling onto the ground. I think they want you like in the terminal 2 hours early. So, but whatever. So didn't say anything. And then the next bus shows up. So they had walked over to stand right where the last bus had stopped. The next bus stops like 35 feet farther south of there. And like everybody started to go on. And I'm like, oh, this thing's gonna pull up again. Like they're not gonna get on here. So I kind of hollered up and I said, hey, stop everybody from getting on there. Let these people get on here first. So like they were here. They've missed 2 buses that filled up on them. So they're getting on first. Like they've been here the longest of anybody. And people kind of got this disdain look in their face. Like, well, they should have been standing right here then. I'm like, well, there's not an actual spot. Like, what the fuck? You clearly walked up and saw they were here before you. So I grabbed one of the car seats, wrapped in a bag, and I said, I got this. He grabbed the car seat and the stroller. The wife had the 2 babies and suitcase stuff. I got them all chopped up in there, and then everybody else loaded up. And we left, I think, 3 people behind on that trip that the bus filled up, which a good chance would have been them 4. So yeah, I'm like, this is ridiculous. So we get to the terminal, everything else is good. People kind of pissy that I yell at them, but I'm like, I don't care. So we get them on the bus, get to the terminal, get everybody off the bus. I grab a car seat and whatnot, bring it off. I said, hey, make sure you guys think this is the one I brought on, so this is the one I brought off. And they checked and they had everything they had. So they were good to go. They went and grabbed a little cart thing, put all their stuff on it, and they headed in. It's all good. So I get there and I text my wife. I'm like, hey, I don't need to stop at the ticket desk or scanning, right? So I got everything all done. She's like, yep, 100% good to go. So I go over, I use the restroom. I guess TSA can take a while. So use the restroom real quick. And basically, at that point, I'm going to go to TSA. I've got a bottle with a chunk of ice, we'll let ice go through. And then 2 tumbler cups with ice in them also. And I go through and I also have 5 lighters in me between my person and my carry-on bag. I got 5 lighters for my cigars. Hoping, like most time, they feel they have to find something and they'll throw their lighter away. But I've never had them throw 5 away. So it is what it is. I put 1 in my pocket. I drop it in my hat thing. I fly through the whole line. We got idiots in the line who are just so inconsiderate. Like, everybody's jammed up on everybody else. It's just gross. I'm like, we're all going to the same spot. Like, we don't have to all be nut to butt here. Like, people, come on. Like, space out a little bit. And then there's a handful of people who are watching their phone, full volume videos. I'm talking, the one was so loud that was near me, I couldn't hear my headphones over his stupid phone. I'm like, I think we should all be allowed to throat punch 1 person a day. Like, just, now you can't just like punch a random old lady like that's doing nothing wrong. You gotta be like, just film, show them what they're doing wrong. Public says, yeah, that guy's doing wrong. And then you get a throat punch them. No charges, no nothing, just 1 throat punch a day. So I was like, whatever. So we get to TSA flying, and before you even get into TSA, you gotta show them your boarding pass, you gotta show them your ID, and then they basically bring you through to start doing the security checks. Well, apparently now, and they just want your ID now. So you don't have to show a boarding pass, which seems fucking weird, but like, there's no sign saying that, because like, I'm watching every single person walk up there get yelled at by the guy, and to not show them their boarding pass. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, first off, how are you guys not paying attention to what's going on ahead of you before you get there? But why don't you guys have some kind of sign out here saying this as well too? But they don't, but whatever. So everything's good. I finally get there. Basically ask, do I gotta take the iPads and stuff out? And she's like, yes. Any electronics gotta go in a separate bin all by itself. And I'm like, okay. So I put my headphones, my phone, my iPad and stuff all in one bin. And then in a second bin, I have my shoes, my hat with, my keys, my like 4-tip torch lighter, which is the one I assumed they were gonna throw away, because they would catch that when they feel like they accomplished something. The hinge is broke on it, so I'm really not too concerned about it, but it works fine. So I'm doing stuff, and I threw my bag in there. We're good to go, and they almost always pull out my tumblers with frozen Mountain Dew in it, and that's really an issue, but I have to explain to them, so I always get a secondary screen on my carry-on. But I want frozen Mountain Dew, so I'm willing to deal with it. So I go through, everything else comes through, put my hat back on. I asked the woman also I take my belt off. I didn't take my belt off, it's got a metal, ring. And she goes, that's up to you. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is TSA. Like, is it gonna kick off the thing or not? Like, what the fuck you mean it's up to me? Like, how dumb is this shit? So I took it off, said, hell, threw it in the bag, in the tray. I'm like, I just don't want any other reason. So I basically put my shoes back on, get my other stuff, have my iPad and that, and then watch my bag. And this guy's over here digging through people's stuff. They got the little scanning code, tells you what tray was what, so you know what you're looking at. Everything's good to go. He can't find what he's looking for. He shouldn't. Part of me would say, like, point at the object on the screen and tell the people. They'll be like, oh, that's my such and such. They can tell you right where it's at. But no, it's all like this super, like, they're trying to find shit, but they're not good at their job. So they go through. One lady had lost a fuzzy slipper, like a house slipper, like sandal thing, but she come walking back, and she'd been probably 6 minutes. Like, she'd been gone for a while. Come back wearing one slipper. Like, how do you not realize you've lost a slipper? Like, I understand if you left both behind, but you just lost one behind. Like, the hell? I don't understand people, man. I really don't. People are strange. So, gets to my bag, and he won't tell me what the hell he's looking for. What the problem is, I assume it's the tumblers with ice in it. Not it at all. Starts digging through. Finally finds one of my Hoofadors, which is a plastic case, hard-sided case with cigars in it, and there's a little shitty lighter in there that is by far my shittiest lighter of all the ones I have, which I was so glad I had. digs flying and stuff. You want me to help you open that? And he goes, no. I'm like, it flips open, just a private little part there. So he gets it open, digs out my top 6 cigars, flips the little tray out, and finds the lighters. Can't have lighters. I'm like, I thought we were allowed to have a single torch, which I have been told that by TSA people in the past. So that's why I had the single torches, except for my one quad torch, which I thought they'd take. Nope. He takes it. I'm like, okay. Then he starts to stuff my 6 cigars back in there wrong and get ready to shut the lid on it. And he's about to crush like 3 of my cigars. Like crush 3 of my cigars, which are not free. Like they're not super expensive cigars because I am traveling, but they're not free. So I was like, please don't shut that. Like stop, just leave it right in the tray. The guy's like, what? I said, please don't fucking shut that. Like you're gonna crush my shit. And the guy's leaving. I said, don't shut the case. You're gonna crush my shit. Like, why are you destroying my stuff? Like, what the fuck, man? And the guy's like, so he puts it in the tray, hands it back my stuff. So I take all my things, and I think to myself, how bad are you at your job? That one, I don't know, maybe he thinks he's gonna crush my cigars as punishment for having a lighter in there, but I'm like, I have 4 more lighters, and I have 7 torches on me right now, 7 flames. One's got 4, 3 more that I have on my person right now, getting ready to get on a plane. And you fuckers can't find that, but you find the one shittiest, whatever, I don't care. So I'm like, cool, no big deal. Go ahead, head on down, get my cigars put back in the right way, walk over, get on the tram. Tram takes forever. The airport here is absolute fucking trash. So I get through the tram, we take a train over to the actual terminal, the airport, because this was just security part. It's a weird setup. So we ride the train over, get off the train, go through, looking for my gate. Also kind of looking for a bar because I thought about having a drink or 3 because I hate people, apparently. I really hate people, I guess. But it is what it is. I'm like, okay. So it's like, well, I'm going to go find my gate, make sure I 100% know where my gate is, make sure it still says my flight's coming up at that gate. Then I'll go back and find a bar. So I walk down, carry my bag and stuff. No wheels, nothing on it, it's just carry on. So it's pretty heavy. I get down there and literally walk up. I see my gate and I'm like, cool, there I am. That's where I need to be. And my phone dings and says my flight no longer is delayed. It is now completely canceled. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I basically look around, ask one of the staff members I see with the Spirit Airlines shirt on, and said, hey, I just found my flight's canceled. Who do I need to talk to? He goes, I'll go stand in this line over here. They can help you at this gate. I'm like, absolutely. So I go wait in that line with, I don't know, 15 people or so ahead of me. Text my wife, tell her, hey, this is what's going on. She goes, let me see what I can find out. If she can get me another flight out, get something else booked. And she's having no luck. I get to the front. Those people at that desk tell me, oh no, we don't help you. We can't help you with cancellation stuff. You gotta go over to this other desk. And she points to another desk down the way, but still in the same terminal. And I'm like, ooh, okay, then why'd the first employee lie to me and tell me this shit? Like, okay. So I go over there, I stand in that line, and I'm there for what seems like way too damn long again. And this line is backed up like crazy. And it just flooded in with a bunch of people, all the same, holding their phones, looking at this cancellation notice. So we're all sending our stuff, and then probably another 15 minutes goes by, and happen to hear the people up front that they're sending stuff, and they overhear somebody else's that she's saying, no, we don't do cancellation stuff here, you gotta go to a different desk. So the one finally, the guy's like from the second row over, waiting to go all the way down and come back up to him, goes, are you saying you don't deal with cancellation stuff here? He goes, no. He goes, well, they told us to come talk to you. She goes, I don't know why I told you that. This is where you're supposed to be. And then he turns and walks away. And I said, where are we supposed to go then for cancellation stuff? See if we can get rebooked or how we got to do this. And she goes, you have to go over here, such and such desk. Go down here. There's 2 big yellow signs. Yada, yada, yada. They're the ones that help you. And I'm like, cool. No big deal. So now I head all the way down there. And I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, okay. So now I'm going to my 3rd desk now. I've been told by an employee to go to. So I go to my 3rd desk and I wait in line at that one again. Luckily, I'm a little bit faster walker than some of the people of that group. So that big group that just all got told to go to this desk, I kind of beat them there, and I only have probably a 12-minute, 10-minute wait in this line. And I finally get to the front of that line and tell her what I'm talking about, what I need. And she goes, oh no, we don't, this ain't where you help. You gotta go down here to the level. You gotta go back to the other main terminal. You gotta take the train back over and over to the terminal and stuff, blah, 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 and they can help you, which is the other side of TSA, by the way. So even if I was to get a rebooked on a flight, I had to go back through TSA again, which is complete and utter horseshit. And I'm like, this is the 3rd place I've told you, because that's where you need to go. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I've had 3 other employees send me to 3 different places. And she goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I head out. head over, and I'm like not real happy with it all. And I get there and I see a lady. I'm like, hey, try to make sure it's where I'm going and stuff. She goes, yeah, it's just right down here. Go down the elevator, level 1. You can't miss it, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So head down there. At this point, my wife says she found another flight going out same night or same time today, or later today, same day at least. But it's like hours later, and it's also like $500 more than my other ticket just for one way, and my other ticket was round trip, so it's a lot more money. And I'm like, God damn, it ain't worth it. And then I gotta wait here another 6 hours, and that flight get canceled. And yeah, then my cousin's gotta come pick me up, or at that point, gonna have to rent a car to get back to the house stuff. I don't know, just like, I'm just over it. I'm just like, I don't think so. Let me go see what they can give me a Spirit. We do. And I come around the corner, and I'm now at another desk, the 4th desk, by the way. And the line is 150 people long, at least. And I walked up, and I'm like, is this where we're supposed to be going for the cancellation and rebooking stuff? And the woman goes, yeah, I think so. But I've been here for 12 minutes, and they're still talking to the same person at the front desk of the line. And there's 100 people in this line, at least. And I just said, nope. And I turned and walked out towards the parking garage exit, and said, hey, where do I catch the bus back over to the north parking lot? The guy said, I'm at the hotel, but you gotta go down here, such and such number of spots, you'll see the sign. So I head down there and see a sign, see a bus, speak to the driver, tell him it's going, where I'm gonna go, and he goes, absolutely. Person on the bus, we got chatting and talking. He started working for them right before COVID hit, worked for 3 weeks, got laid off for like a year and a half, because there was no need for, nobody was flying anywhere, nobody was doing anything during COVID, so he didn't have nothing there. So we chatted, told him what was going on. He suggested a couple other things about try this or that, and I'm like, nope, just going home at this point. Like, I'm not going back through TSA again. This is the worst TSA I've ever been through in my life. I've been here and thought once, but my wife tells me I actually went through twice. So this makes my 3rd time, and yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back there again. Like, somebody had to pay me to even think about going out of there, let alone I pay for a ticket and go out of there. Orlando is the absolute worst airport I've ever been through, and I knew before I took this flight I shouldn't have done it, but it was the only place I could get a direct flight to Kansas City, and I decided I won't go to Kansas City anymore. I'll fly into Des Moines and out of Sanford, Daytona, and then I'll drive down to Kansas City. It's like 3 hours. I'll get to see other family up north and up near Des Moines, and then drive down. It's 100% not worth it. So I give up, get back out to the truck, fire back up. I still have my tumbler full of Mountain Dew, and in my truck is a warm Mountain Dew because I threw all my ice in my cooler. So I got a warm Mountain Dew sitting on my center console. Luckily I had enough ice, poured it in there, lit myself up a cigar, and then headed home and drove home the scenic way, because I wasn't paying tolls both ways because I was not in a big hurry at this point. So, and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do the rest of my day. Called or texted a bunch of my buddies and stuff, kind of told them what's going on, and just ranted and bitched about my day, and got home almost 6 hours after I left the house of nothing enjoyable or fun for 6 hours, and called Spirit. Basically they were, that call service bullshit thing of, so sorry for your incident, and then they told me they could rebook me on a flight tomorrow. I'm like, why would I trust you guys tomorrow? I'm not going back. That changes my plans. That's not what I want, and whatnot, whatever. They're like, so you want to cancel this flight? I'm like, no, you cancel this fucking flight. Like, I'm like, what the hell? And he goes, well, you have a return flight from Kansas City. I'm like, yeah, that's on you also. That's your fault. It's getting canceled. He goes, well, since you're canceling that and that flight still shows on time, there's going to be like a 50% cancellation fee. I said, no, there's not, because you didn't get me to Kansas City today, so I have no way of getting there to fly back. So I'm not taking half price. I said, also, I want to know about what kind of compensation you guys have for ruining my entire weekend and all this shit. Like, what the hell? And he goes, oh, I don't deal with that. You got to deal with that on the chat line on the website. You got to go to the website and do that shit. So I finally did get him to at least refund my money, and without paying any cancellation fees, because what good is a flight back from Kansas City to me when I'm not in Kansas City? So I got that done, went ahead and just sat outside for a little bit, finished my cigar. Wife got home from work, and since I wasn't planning on being here, she weren't planning on eating together, so we didn't know what we were having for dinner. So she decided that she wanted her little chicken taco, her chicken burrito things that she has quite a bit. I just had a can of soup and had myself a drink, a rum drink I mixed up, and just try my best to lower my blood pressure best I can. And after dinner, I'm back outside. Wife got on the computer and reached out to Spirit through their stupid chat thing, and all it kept basically feeding her back to was, how do you want to go about canceling your flights? And she was like, they've already been canceled. I want to know how you guys are going to compensate us for screwing us all up, because like even like Frontier, when they just delayed us a few hours, like they gave us like free flights anywhere, like I can't remember how many hundreds of dollars worth of free flights anywhere, and like meal ticket both. Like what the hell, you know? And they're pretty much like, go screw yourself. Which I do know that had I stuck around the airport longer and actually waited for that desk, I would have been more likely to get compensated. But at that point, I was so pissed off at everything and a lot of people that I was afraid I was going to say things that would make it hard for me to get into heaven, if you believe in that kind of thing. Because I was definitely wanting to say some really mean things to people. So yeah, and the people I was going to say those mean things to, was not their fault the flight was canceled. But I just said the hell it went home, because my not being insanely mean to people was worth more to me than a couple $100 in free flights. So yeah, and my passed away when I said I was wanting cash. I don't want no more flights with Spirit. I've heard bad things about Spirit. That was the only one I could find, direct flight. I thought I'd give them a try, and never again will it happen. So I'm a very stubborn person when it comes to that kind of thing. When I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, got sick eating at McDonald's on a week-long vacation with my father, and because I said the food made me sick, I said I'll never eat McDonald's again. And I meant like, I don't want to eat McDonald's like this week. And my dad took that as like a challenge. So him and my brother ate at McDonald's, because I got sick on Tuesday. We went home on Saturday. They ate McDonald's Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday went home, they ate at McDonald's. So the rest of that trip, all I had was continental breakfast in the hotels we stayed at. That's all I had the whole trip. So I would steal an apple or banana from the breakfast. I'd eat my oatmeals and stuff, steal an apple or banana to have for lunch, and I would not eat dinner while they went to McDonald's the rest of the week. And still to this day, I've never eaten McDonald's. So, and I'm almost 50-year-old man. So when I say I'm not gonna do something, I get stubborn and I don't fucking do it. So that's where I am with that. So yeah, after that, when I was outside having a cigar, went back in. It was late enough, my wife was already asleep, and had myself a little snack and watched a little bit of Blue Bloods and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.